In 1085, the Christian kingdom of Castile achieved a monumental victory, the conquest of Toledo, the former capital of the Visigoths and one of the most important cities in Al-Andalus. The fall of Toledo was not just another battle, it was a turning point in the Reconquista, the centuries-long struggle between Christian and Muslim forces for control of the Iberian Peninsula. But why was Toledo so important? How did its fall reshape Spain's history? And what were its consequences for both Christians and Muslims? Join us as we explore the rise, fall, and lasting impact of Toledo's conquest in the Reconquista. 1. Why was Toledo so important? Castle. Toledo was more than just a city, it was a symbol of power and prestige for both Christians and Muslims. The former Visigothic capital classical building. Before the Muslim conquest in 711 CE, Toledo had been the political and religious center of Visigothic Spain. A cultural and intellectual hub. Scroll. Under Muslim rule, Toledo became one of the most advanced cities in Europe, known for its libraries, scholars, and translation movement. A strategic location. World map. Situated in central Spain, Toledo was a gateway between the northern Christian kingdoms and the southern Muslim lands of Al-Andalus. Because of this, both Christians and Muslims saw Toledo as a prize worth fighting for. 2. The road to Toledo. Christian expansion. Fire. By the 11th century, Christian forces in northern Spain were becoming stronger and more organized. The kingdom of León and Castile had been steadily advancing southward, reclaiming lost territories. Muslim Spain was divided into smaller Taifa kingdoms, which weakened their ability to resist Christian attacks. In 1085, King Alfonso VI of Castile saw an opportunity to strike and laid siege to Toledo. 3. The siege and conquest of Toledo, 1085, cross-sword. Unlike many battles of the Reconquista, the fall of Toledo was not a brutal military conquest, it was a negotiated surrender. King Alfonso VI surrounded the city, cutting off supplies and forcing its ruler Al-Qadir into submission. The Muslim elites, recognizing they could not hold out, agreed to surrender peacefully in exchange for their safety. On May 25, 1085, Alfonso VI entered Toledo as its new ruler, marking a historic moment in Spanish history. Despite promises of tolerance, over time, many Muslim residents fled to other Muslim-controlled regions of Spain. 4. The consequences of Toledo's fall. Globe showing Europe-Africa. The fall of Toledo was one of the most significant moments in the Reconquista, with major consequences for both Christians and Muslims. For the Christian kingdoms, a major victory trophy. White heavy checkmark. Toledo became the new Christian capital of Castile, strengthening Alfonso VI's rule. White heavy checkmark. The conquest boosted Christian morale, showing that Al-Andalus was vulnerable. White heavy checkmark. Toledo's famous libraries and scholars influenced the European Renaissance, as Arabic knowledge was translated into Latin. For Muslim Spain, a wake-up call. Police car light. Crossmark. The loss of Toledo was a devastating blow to Al-Andalus. Crossmark. The weakened Taifa kingdoms could no longer defend themselves alone. Crossmark. In response, they called for help from North African Berbers, leading to the arrival of the Almoravids. This marked a new phase in the Reconquista, as Islamic Spain turned to outside powers for protection. 5. The arrival of the Almoravids, a Muslim counterattack. Black flag. Seeing the weakness of Al-Andalus, the North African Almoravid dynasty responded to the call for help. In 1086, just 1 year after the fall of Toledo, the Almoravids defeated Alfonso VI at the Battle of Sagrajas. They stabilized Muslim rule for a time, but their strict rule led to further divisions. Despite their efforts, Toledo remained in Christian hands, proving that the balance of power was shifting. The fall of Toledo was the beginning of the end for Al-Andalus. 6. Toledo's legacy in Spanish history. Spain. Even today, Toledo remains a symbol of Spain's multicultural past. Classical building. Medieval architecture. The city still preserves Islamic, Christian, and Jewish landmarks. Scroll. The Toledo School of Translators. Scholars in Toledo helped preserve Arabic, Greek, and Latin knowledge, influencing European thought. Trophy. The turning point of the Reconquista. After Toledo, the Christian kingdoms gained momentum, leading to the eventual fall of Granada in 1492. Conclusion. A city that changed history. The fall of Toledo in 1085 was more than just a military conquest, it was a political, cultural, and religious shift that reshaped Spain's history. Triangular flag. It marked the Christian resurgence in Spain. Scroll. It helped transfer Muslim knowledge to Europe. Crossed swords. It forced Al-Andalus to rely on North African powers. Would the Reconquista have succeeded without the fall of Toledo? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more historical content.